gone in 3 days.
I just love the products. They just help me to feel younger and younger year after year.
Thank God for X39.
My skin become younger, softer, firmer.
It's been really, really, really amazing.
I love X39 because it really helped reduce the inflammation in my knee. I can now run again. Woohoo!
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Monday evening community call. I'm your co-host, Robin Blank Mascari, along with Gregory, and we get together every Monday night to give you updates, to share successes, to celebrate new leaders, and kind of give you an update on what's going on. So tonight, we have a very special guest, and she's on the screen already, Jennifer Allen, and she's one of our newest directors, and one of our dogs is wanting to be on the screen too. It's a home-based business. Before I jump into talking about Jennifer, I just want to say Gregory and I had an amazing vacation, and it's because we have such wonderful leaders, and we could let go and get away and spend a few weeks in Italy, and we just had pasta for dinner from Italy. Yeah, it was great. But I want to thank all of you. And we did miss you. We really did. But we did take some time away. We're back. We're refreshed and ready to go. And here we are, our first Monday night call. So Jennifer, oh my goodness, this woman has an amazing background. Everything from the profit to nonprofit sector, being an entrepreneur, a business owner of many kinds, founding hospice organizations, working with veterans, she's currently a clinical social worker, but she does a lot of things. But more importantly, this is a woman who is truly a servant leader. She is motivated by being of service. And I am privileged that I get to work with her on a big project with one of a major influencer that is someone that she became friends with, who everyone's going to get to know because he met David recently, and David actually invited him to speak at one of our next conferences. He was an ex-Navy SEAL and CIA operative, and has an amazing story and loves the patches. So I want to introduce a special woman to everyone, Jennifer Allen. Unmute your line, hon.
Thank you.
Okay. It helps to start there, but Jennifer, you're touching a lot of lives because that's who you are. You can't help it. And you even went to divinity school, and you've gone down lots of roads, and you've fallen in love with LifeWave, and we're really glad that you have. And you've had some great success. And what we'd love to hear from you as a new director, and by the way, congratulations, why don't you share a little bit about what you attribute your success to?
Okay. I wrote up a couple things because I thought, oh my gosh, how am I going to put this together? But I want to start with my success at LifeWave for all of the directors and brand partners. And anybody, a preferred customer that starts buying this product is the team. Our team that is living younger. My gosh, I have had incredible support from Barbara Lippincott, who started me, through you, Robin, Gregory, and Connie. But also when I went to a meeting in Sarasota, and then in Tampa, and then to the meeting in Orlando, everyone, didn't matter what team they were on, they just wanted to help me. And they have. I mean, they've offered. I've met incredible people. So that, number one, I just want to honor that. And I did write down a couple things, and I took it seriously when you asked me to do this. So be centered in a higher purpose, be in service to others. And that's what fuels my drive. Yes, hospice has fueled my drive for like 40 years. And that's how I ended up in seminary. I thought I was going to be a hospice chaplain. Didn't turn out that way, but I was able to follow my spirit. And I was in an Episcopal church that was Anglo-Catholic, and they didn't allow women to be ordained, much less. So 10 years later, they sent me, and things changed. But I ended up becoming a social worker. And so I'm going to shorten all that. But when I did go to the bishop, I said, I want to speak for hospice. I want to serve hospice and people that are dying. And he said, well, I'm going to send you to a meeting I'd like you to go to, because you can't go to seminary yet because your church won't let you, but do this. I ended up becoming president of New Hampshire Hospice Affiliates, representing the Episcopal Church. And I was only in my 30s, and I spoke at many, like 26 different cities, helping start hospices. And tonight I was thinking about that. What was it that got me to be able to speak? Because I'm thinking of all these people with LifeWave that are scared maybe to speak about it or to be public about it, but they believe in it. And so what I know is that when I got out there and just started talking about hospice, I could do it in my sleep because I believed in it so strongly. I believe that strongly about LifeWave. I really, truly do. And I think anybody that is excited about LifeWave can use their energy of faith and belief in the product to just trust that they will say the right thing. Just trust it and don't start thinking about, am I saying something right or am I doing it right or wrong? So that's my first advice, is to just go up there and share. And then I do start every day, and I get up early. I'm hyper, ADD, all that. But I wake up at 6, or 7. People are going to moan, I'm sure, but I do. And so what I started doing was just prayer every morning, and I pray with one of my daughters, and I do this YouVersion Bible app where you can have people from all over the world join in. And we've had people from Africa and different people join in, and we just read a reading and then do it. And I've had my teenage grandson, 18, we've done versions with him. It's hysterical. And we write our comments. So it's like you do a meditation, then you write a comment, and you start your day. And that's free for everybody. So that's something I do. I know David says he prays before he creates. So I also pray for each one of my therapy clients. So every day they know that they're being prayed for before I go in and try to, I believe spirit moves me, and I work very intuitively with them and with what I've been trained with. So done. So moving on, creating that atmosphere of energy that can bring you forward. I say yes to every opportunity that comes along, and that I say yes always. And I'll tell a little bit more later with Barbara Lippincott. But no matter what the odds are, that brings me moving towards success. So an example was when I was very young. I was in 10th grade in Oneida, New York, and I was in the band, the Vernon Verona Sherrill Central School Band, VVS. I played drums, by the way, percussion, what can I say, and French horn. So they had a contest because they were raising money to make money for the school. And they had what we called, now this was I hate to tell you, but I graduated in 66. So in the 60s, they had a stereo that you could win with speakers on both sides. Oh, I was so excited, and I walked up and looked at it, looked great. But then 2 senior boys walked up and said, that's ours. That's ours. And so I said, okay. So then they said, here, come and gather whatever candy boxes you can take home with you, which I did, took as many as I could, went home, sold them to every house in the neighborhood. But then I walked into what's called the sales office. It was the main office for a huge company that my father worked for and everybody else. So anyway, I walked into there, brought my candy and sold it to everybody. And then I went back to the school and took every box that was left. And a week later, I went back to all those people and sold to them again and said, isn't it wonderful? Wasn't it delicious? Do you want more? And I sold out. I won the stereo. It's, I was 15, 16. So what I want to say is I didn't think about what I would look like or whether people would be mad at me, because I'm sure the boys were, I just did it. I just wanted to win that stereo. And I know now you've got all these things for Aruba and Bonaire. So same deal, if you really want to win something, go for it. Anyway, so that was my example there. And then when I was early on married and had my first child, I had an opportunity to buy a bookstore in upstate New York. We did that. And actually, the person I was married to was not happy that we were in upstate New York. So we moved, and we had a choice to move to a very large city in Massachusetts or a very small one in New Hampshire, Portsmouth. But I knew that it was educated, Exeter, whatever. And when I went there, my intuition said, this is it. This is it. And so I just put money down on an apartment. And, my husband at the time thought I was nuts. We ended up just slamming it. And he was brilliant. He is brilliant with books. I mean, he is just amazing human being. So the combination of me always being a business person and him knowing every book and record that was ever out, we did very, very, very well. And we had already done well for the company.
Let me interrupt for a second, because you said something really important. And I really believe, because we have just another minute or two left, is you think like a business person, even though you're doing, the nonprofit sector and the profit sector, but you have a mind that thinks like a business person. Could you just briefly share how that's affected you and your success in LifeWave?
Yes, because I put down Barbara came to me and patched me. So I'll go right there to where I was patched for the first time. She came to visit, and she started telling me about David, and I got very excited. And I said, I want to learn about it. She said, well, he's going to be in Sarasota tomorrow. I had a commitment to be with grandchildren and family somewhere else. I called them. I said, I just have to go. Intuition again. But I went. And again, I was blown away by all the people that were there and by what they shared. And I took pictures of all the, the wounds that were healed and everything else. Now, I have been involved in health field and wound care with my product here that I've been working on for 23 years or so, for a long time, Skin Wisdom, but doesn't matter. But anyway, so I've studied skin, and I've studied all these products that are problems that have been happening. And I saw what LifeWave did, and I was shocked because wounds were healing, fingers were cut off, and I took pictures of all that. So I then decided to go and tell people about that. And I also knew, because I'd been listening to Michael Jaco, that I felt like he was someone that would it was a slam dunk. Go tell him about this. So I went to a workshop he was putting on, and these are, Robin, a lot of God things happen around that, because when I found out about the workshop, the woman in charge of it was one of my old friends from Tampa that I hadn't seen in 20 years, who had given me many things that are in my house right now, screens when she moved and stuff. So Joyce Pellegrini, and I called her and I said, Joyce, this is a slam. This is so important. Would you share this with Michael Jaco? Because she was putting on the workshop with him. She tried it and she says, yeah, you can bring it to me. So I brought it to her. But this is another thing. When I shared it with her, she said, well, I'm so busy with so many other things. And she's got some other projects she's doing. I can't take another thing on. Okay. So I also talked to Michael and Tracy Joe about it. And I focused not on Michael, but on Tracy Joe. Because when you go into a place, you want to find out who's receptive. Michael was too busy. He was taking care of everybody there. Tracy Joe is this angel, this angelic energy, and she was present and ready. And I gave her the product. Within a couple days, they called me and she said, Michael's put it on. He feels the difference immediately. She says, so do I. And I know she did. They are both very sensitive people. So then within a week, I was down there signing them up. And I did write down the Sandler stuff that you and I talked about, but I can send that to you or something. But
well, I just want to summarize what you said, because you had many. This is about, success leaves clues. So you start out with belief.
yes,
And success comes from belief. So from that belief, you share and you trust your instincts and your intuition, and you always say yes. And so these are things that I think could be really valuable for people. And, you take advantage of the opportunities and you treat things, from a business perspective. It's like everything you've ever done has been successful because your wiring is thinking like a business person. And that's something that a lot of people there's a low point of entry in this business, and it's a multi-million-dollar opportunity, but not everyone, it's easy to get in and it's easy to get out. But you took advantage and you trusted your intuition and you reached out to a high influencer and you went to how to reach him and you were successful, and it's going to change thousands and thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of lives all over the world because you trusted your intuition and you had the belief and you followed through, and you've been doing an amazing job. And I just want to congratulate you and thank you for being part of our team, and just coming from where you come from. You just have this humongous heart of making a difference in people's lives. And I know that's your motivation, is to be of service. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. And I can I add one thing. Can I say
Sure,
one thing, Robin, to the group? I didn't do it, and I never do it for the money. Money always comes. Money is energy, and it flows abundantly, and the world is abundant. But I did it because I have a daughter that has some needs and has been very sick. And ironically, I signed up literally to make enough money to pay for her patches and mine. That was it. And she has chosen, Mom, you always bring everything to me, but she's chosen not to do that right now. But two of my other daughters have chosen. But I just want you to know that that's why I signed up, was for someone else. And I actually have her picture with me on my site because that's my goal, but it doesn't matter. And that's the other thing I want to say. If someone doesn't want the patches, that's perfect. It's their choice. And we are here to just offer. And that's it. I just don't want to push.
Yeah, no, it's we're not here to convince. Those convinced against their will or of the same mindset. So it doesn't work.
No.
We're here and we don't take it personally and just keep sharing. Well, you're doing an amazing job, and I love that I get to work with you and change so many lives all over the world. And thank you for bringing such wonderful people into our community. Okay. Well, that's Jennifer Allen, one of our newest directors.
Thank you all.
Before you leave, Jennifer, I just want to jump in and say congratulations. And I wanted to kind of tie this in because you're now qualified to be one of our $500 new director bonus winners, okay? Because being a new director. And so you've made the first qualification, achieving director. Now, as long as you participate and have at least 5 guests attending one of our weekly Power of the Patch presentations, probably $500 in the bag for you. So congratulations. Okay. And
better get to work.
And better get to work. So
just invite a few people.
We'll be watching for you and your guests on the calls, and they're every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday. But the other thing affects you and your team, because in order to get to director, you had to build some managers. And I just want to let everybody, you and everybody that's listening in live or on the replay, this is the last week for Manager Mania. So anybody that achieved manager for the first time during the month of October, okay, we have 7 days, including today, it's over on Sunday night, gets $100 bonus, and the sponsor gets a $50 bonus.
Wow.
So I suspect you probably have a few new managers that made $100, and you're going to make $50 for every one of those. And God bless you, Jennifer. Robin and I just love working with you and your expanding team, and all the love and light and inspiration you bring to LifeWave and the Live Younger community. So thank you.
Thank you. I'm excited.
We can tell.
I have a feeling Michael's going to make all those bucks. But he's got all, I'm writing letters to all of Michael's to underline. So I told Connie, I got to get back onto my own people.
It kind of reminds me to something that one of my mentors taught me. They said, all no's are equal, but all yeses are not.
I'm learning that.
You stepped up and shared with the right person, and God bless you. So thanks very much. So we'll move on with our call here, and I just wanted to put in a pitch for the Power of the Patch. These calls are very exciting. God bless Connie and Janet that are doing them on a regular basis every Wednesday midday, Thursday evening, Friday midday, and Sunday evening. And we're actually working on juicing up the invitation. Very soon, you're going to see some really cool invitation. So those of you that are subscribed to our SMS reminder system, you're getting a little notice for each of these calls. Well, the notices are going to be upgraded significantly very soon. We're working on it behind the scenes. And they're going to be notices that you'll be able to forward to, prospects. And I think they're going to, it's meant to pique their interest, and give them an inkling that maybe I should get on that call. So we want to do everything we can to help you get your people on these weekly, power the patch calls, as we're calling them. So that was a lot. So Robin, do you want to touch base and, congratulate our Arizona team?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. But before I do that, I just want to talk about Manager Mania for another second here, because something that a lot of people don't know is a lot of people don't know they're even close to being manager. And I don't know if my screen share is going to work or not, but let me see. That'll stop this one. Oh, let me just talk through it. Want me to try and see if it shows up? Maybe. I don't think it's, you know what, it logged out. Take us back, honey. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. So I just want to make sure everyone knows that in your back office, under organization, there's a place for upcoming rank advancements. And I invite each and every one of you, because right now we have Manager Mania going on until October 31st. And that bonus for the new manager and for the sponsor is available till the 31st. But who's getting close? So if you go to the back office, organization, upcoming rank promotions, it will show you who is the closest to the next rank. And then over to the left side, there's something that looks like a little driver's license. If you click on that, then there's a place to click on rank promotion, and you can see exactly what they need. They may just need one more silver, or they may need 110 PV versus 55 BV. And this way, we got a lot of great things happening on the screen, honey. There's 3 of them.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Thank you. That took care of one of them. So this way you can, our job as Upline is to really support our people, because a lot of times people don't even know they're close, and giving a little nudge like, did you realize that you're almost going to be a manager and that bonus is available to you? So reach out to your upline and use that tool. It's a very valuable tool. I look at it regularly because I want to really support my people, achieving the ranks that they want to have. So I just wanted to mention that. And then Arizona, oh my gosh, it was an amazing event. I got, if we hadn't just returned the day before, 2 days before, we would have been there, because, Dr. Nicholas, who's our sponsor, and Connie Lucas, who's, everyone knows Connie, our superstar down there in Arizona, did, they hit it out of the park. And we also had Senior Presidential Therese Santos and Presidential As Fuentes there, and many other leaders. And they did an incredible job. They packed the room. And I mean, everyone who gave me feedback said it was like one of the best events they'd ever been to, and lots of new customers, brand partners, lots of excited people. Dr. Nicholas did some great demos. People learned a lot. People witnessed people having instant or very, very rapid experience with IceWave. And so congratulations to the team that put all this together. We had a few members from corporate that were there. This was a regional event that was sponsored by corporate, and there's going to be more of those. So a huge success for everyone, and we just are so grateful. So anything you want to say about that?
Well, I just wish we could have been there, but it's so wonderful to see events like that happening with such great success. And I think one of the reasons people loved it so much, it was kind of like the organizational debut of the PowerPoint presentation that Janet Kiefer put together, along with some insight and help from Connie and I, that we do every day on our Power of the Patch presentation. So you folks get to see it 4 times a week. Everybody there saw it once and only once, because it's not a publicly shared yet. So it's, just for our team. but the response that Connie got from doing that presentation was really, really good.
Yeah.
So I guess that now it's just kind of looking at what's upcoming. It was so wonderful for Rob and I. This is the first Monday morning miracle call we were on in 3 weeks, and it was like old home week. Hearing all these wonderful stories, there's no better way to start your week than the Monday morning miracle call. Just hearing and as Karen O'Neill, who was our host this morning, says, it sounds like a miracle, but it's science, but it is a miracle. So it was a great call. And tomorrow evening, Robin, you want to talk about our X39 intro call?
Oh my gosh. Yes. Tuesday night is the night to invite guests. That's where we do an introduction to LifeWave X39 technology. David Schmidt, Gregory does a wonderful, very short presentation, but it's power packed. And then we have our special healthcare practitioner. Tomorrow night, we have Anne Moreau, and she is beloved by anyone who knows her. And she always adds so much value, and everybody's always learning. And then we have an opportunity for people to share stories and ask questions. So please join us. And again, it's a great place for guests to get a taste of our community and the wonderful technology that we have to offer. Okay.
And then every Thursday morning, we don't have night school, we have morning school. Okay. Every Thursday morning, we have a 30-minute business training, and it's inspired by our directors, because we have a Wednesday morning director and above mastermind call. And out of that call, there's always some great information and subject material that comes forward, and it's then shared on Thursday. So, if you can plug in live, and many people can't be on the live calls, and that's why they're all available on replay, usually on the Facebook group, and also in the YouTube channel.
Great.
So, the next thing is Canada. The company's still working diligently to clean things up, but very excited, getting rave reviews about the weekly Canada opportunity webinars that are happening. And by the way, those are available for folks that aren't in Canada. That's why we have the registration link here. And I know that Robin Hoffman, one of our leaders in Canada, has been doing several of them, and I've heard nothing but rave reviews on that. So congratulations, Robin. I know you're doing a great job up there, helping to hold it together while the company's finishing dotting the I's and crossing the T's with Health Canada to get things opened back up there.
And those webinars are designed to give you points to earn the Aruba trip. And when you bring guests, you get points. And when you show up, you get points. And the focus is on the two products that are available, the Alavita Trio and IceWave. And there's lots of great information on that. And Robin Hoffman did a fabulous job, the one I listened to last Thursday. So they have Canadian leaders lead this presentation, and Robin's done a few and done a great job, as she always does. Okay, so the next part, we ready to move on?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Canadians have a significant advantage when it comes to the Aruba trip, because the top 15 point winners in Canada are going to Aruba. The top 10 in Mexico are going to Aruba. So that means everybody in the United States is competing for 75 of those slots. Okay. So I know that we're going to have 15 very excited of our Canadian partners going to Aruba, and 10 of our Mexican partners going to Aruba, along with 75 couples, because each spot is for 2 people. 75 couples or partnerships will be going from the US. So Canadians, even though you have a disadvantage on earning the same amount of points as folks in the United States, you don't have to worry about us, because you're on your own schedule and you're competing with each other with that same point schedule.
Great.
We
Okay.
this was so exciting, and I don't know how you found this or came across this, Robin, but we were so delighted about this other information. So why don't you go ahead and share on this?
Yeah, and I want everyone to know that LifeWave has a Facebook page called Lifewave Business Builders, and I go there regularly and find all kinds of things like that post I put up on the Wimbledon tennis player on our Live Younger site. And this is where I found this. So the Red Cross in Florida received $100,000 donation from Lifewave for their relief effort from the Hurricane Ian. And so they're standing up there thanking Lifewave. And as everyone knows, David is very, very generous. And, from the beginning, David has always been donating to places in need and people in need. And he's got a very soft spot in his heart for people that have been in service to our country. And he doesn't, let us know. This is one of the first times we've seen it publicly. He's been doing it since the inception of the company. And, a lot of companies use it for their PR efforts. David just does it because it's the right thing to do. And he's generous and thoughtful and loving and caring. And so this is a beautiful posting that was in Lifewave Business Builders. And I encourage everyone to go there and to invite your team there and to show up regularly. You can see Lifewave Connects live. You can see them later on there before they're posted in the YouTube channel. So there's a lot of value there, a lot that goes on in that room. Okay.
Very much so. Okay, so we still have the link in here for.
We didn't change it to the new business presentation that was last week, and I saw part of it on Lifewave Connect last week. It was wonderful, and it was one of our SPDs that was talking about structuring your business, and so that is available. You can go to Lifewave Business Builders and watch it, and on the YouTube channel also very soon. Okay, but this was David Schmidt on the Eon patch, and if you didn't see that one, oh my gosh. Eon is one of those patches. Before X39 came out, it was the star of the show. And, we market it as anti-inflammatory, anti-stress. And like all of our patches, they do way more than we talk about. But we only talk about what we have clinical proof for. So Eon is a pretty spectacular patch. It's now in the shadow of X39, but it still holds its own, and it's a lot of people's favorite. So if you haven't heard it, watch it.
So I think that kind of brings us in for a landing here. This is just a brief overview.
I want to talk about the leaderboard.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So the widget that we've been waiting for, that sounds kind of fun. The widget we've been waiting for is now in your back office, because if you want to know how many points you have for Aruba, if you go to your back office and you scroll all the way down on the homepage to the bottom, on the left, it will tell you how many points you have. And if you click on that number, however many points you have, you click on the number, it's going to open up a screen that shows you exactly where you got those points from. And currently, they haven't put the rank advancements in. They'll be doing that once a month. So in the next, week or so, we'll be seeing the numbers jump quite a bit from all the rank advancements. And then you can scroll down even further and you're going to see the leaderboard. And we are so proud of our Live Younger community, because a lot of those top spots are in our Live Younger community, a lot of them actually. And so we know that our team shows up and plays strong. And when we went to Tulum, we had, how many people did we have in Tulum? We had
30.
Yeah, out of the 100, we had, I think we had more than that. We had a very good representation. Our team always shows up, whether it's at the conventions or the reward trips. So we know that's going to happen again. And Gregory and I must be there because we want to be with you. So we'll be there too. We're going to figure it out, and we'll be there too. So I just want everyone to know the widget is up, and you can find out how many points you've had, and you can also find out where you stand in things. And I many years ago, I went to a church service, and the title of the talk was, "There's nothing so insignificant as the score at halftime." And so wherever the numbers are right now doesn't really mean what's going to happen. Although there's some people that have a lot, and that might be indicative, but just know that it's available for everybody, and we're excited to see who's in the running, and very proud that so many are from our Live Younger community. Back to you.
Okay, well, I think that's pretty much it. So, encourage everyone to plug into the Live Younger Success System, our calls and our webinars, and all that we do to kind of help you move the ball down the court, and, share our wonderful products and opportunity with everyone we know.
Great. Well, thank you, Gregory. Again, congratulations to Jennifer. And I think you got a taste of Jennifer. She's all over the place. And she gets so much done, and she changes so many lives. She has this pure servant's heart, is not motivated by money, but always has abundance to make a difference in people's lives. So it is a caring and sharing business, and she's a beautiful model and example of a true servant leader. So congratulations, Jennifer. And her sponsor, Barbara Lippincott, has been incredibly supportive, and her sponsor, Connie. So a wonderful team. All right, everybody. Thanks so much.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.